And welcome back. It is Wednesday, a very, very breaking news Wednesday. We got a brand new ship from Star Trek Discovery. This is the show that looks at brand new ships from all the sci-fi verses of Star Trek, the parallels, the quantum alternates, the one with Riker had the beard. Yeah, fan design, all different things. Stuart, hiya, how you doing? What are we looking at today? Let's get going.
I'm doing good. We are looking at the Imperial Palace ship, the ISS Charon. And I don't know why we're looking at it, because it's ugly as sin. But it's Charon. Charon.
Charon.
Yes.
So some people were saying that this flagship might be the Defiant. I said, nope, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Awesome.
It would have been cool, yeah. But we assume something TOS advanced, something maybe close, in that vein. So no, but the shuttle flew at this thing, and your first reaction on that sofa watching the brand new Discovery episode of a ship, because we love ships.
I just shook my head and went, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Why?
It's got like a sun in the middle of it powering it, I guess. Some kind of small sun. It'd be very small because when you look at the scaling, and it's like a Dyson sphere, only not.
It's a Dyson slice.
A ring ship of sorts with a power thing in the middle. It's not Star Trek, and it's not Federation. I mean, it is Star Trek. It could be a ship of the week.
And it isn't Federation either. It's Terran. Terran Empire, Mirror Universe. TOS plus 100 years plus alien races.
And then in 10 years, they have Constitution classes in Mirror Mirror, even though we kind of decided that Mirror Mirror was the anomaly.
Yeah,
because
this is the alternate mirror. That was the original mirror. This is the alternate mirror. Probably an alternate to the DS9 mirror as well. Well, alternate universes. Yeah, my first reaction was,
disappointment is your first reaction.
I mean, I'm excited for this. We got a teeny shot in the previous trailer, and it's like, okay, I see some warp engines and I see things, and we pan by it, and it's like, oh, that's the Halo ring, that's compressed, that's the Citadel from Mass Effect but compressed, that's Babylon 5 internal but compressed, with the Dyson sphere technology in the middle. It's very odd. It doesn't conform to any visual language of Star Trek, and that said, I think I point this out in our review, it does kind of link to the Derridex Warbird, in a sense.
A little bit.
Because of the way the sides are micro-singularity, you can link to that a little bit. But certainly something never done before as a ship. But really, this isn't a ship. This is a mobile flagship palace control center, which is meant to be top secret, and the locations, whatever, it's always moving. So this isn't this is like a space station on wheels. The wheel happens to be a big sun, which is actually a very small sun, which has visible blue lightning. Yeah, and it's so close to the green, because you can see green inner ring pieces with buildings. It's odd that be really. I mean, there's also a force field looks like, but it's really weird. Just it doesn't link to anything.
No, not at all, even remotely.
Although if you skip to picture 5, I believe that docking bay is literally the docking bay from Discovery. They've just nicked the geometry of, because it looks very similar, and why not reuse?
Yeah.
Which sense it gives you a kind of scale. It's big. I mean, it's like 6, 70, 80 decks big, probably.
But it's like, why step that far out of the box and have that little sun? Like, is that going to be explained at some point, or is that just, oh, we want to leave our mark on this, so here you go. This is something that...
Go to picture 6. This is a really great picture, because you get to see the back as well. And yeah, it's double rings. The back has Discovery-style warp engines.
With red Bizarre collectors, those are the Discovery Alpha engines. It looks like they just reused them.
Oh yeah, that's funny. And as we know, that technology is from 120 years ago, because the Discovery is new in the Prime timeline, but old to the USS Defiant's memory banks, which got sent back in time 100 years. And so why are they building, for the best, biggest ship of the time, engines that look like a ship from 120 years ago which was only 50 years ahead of their time, why wouldn't you design engines that were better than the Defiance? That's the problem I have with the Shinjo. It shouldn't exist in that time. And although they did say Defiance logs were classified, there's no excuse for the Empress's flagship to look anything, which I guess it doesn't. I mean, it looks alien. And if they did conquer the Roman Empire, which they didn't mention, if they did conquer the Roman Empire, then that front bit would be interesting. It's Mass Effect, you know. Have you played Mass Effect? I don't know if you.
I've not really played it, no, but
No, it's a very Mass Effect design. I mean, this is it's weird.
It's an interesting design. It'd be great on fleet yards for mission briefing, like you said, from Mass Effect, but it does not fit into Star Trek. Not even Terran Empire. Definitely not Federation. Not even Federation inspired. Not even Star Trek inspired. It's just
thing.
Yes, it's a ship for the sake of being a palace ship. I mean,
I'm assuming, just like with Discovery herself, the ring is a terrible structural design, but form follows function. It does a thing, right? I'm assuming that this core is the thing that gets them home. Like, they have to destroy this ship, or it'll destroy, and the power will go to the support drive, and that'll let it. You know what I mean? I'm assuming there is a very specific reason for this, because it plays a part in doing something else. You know?
That would be cool. That would be interesting, but still very contrived and very plot conveniency.
It's just great, because again, the Doderidex Romulans, their quantum singularity they built is like in a little teeny case. Open it, it's bright, but it's teeny, and that powers an entire ship, which is the biggest ship of its era by a ton. And that's impressive technology. This, in fact, feels less advanced, which is weird, because simple, sleek, like the whole point of like the TOS phaser being it can stun an entire room of people, it can destroy boulders, is that, wow, all that in this little thing, it looks as small as, in the smaller one, that can do all that? Wow, that's so advanced. When you go bigger and bigger and bigger, it's less and less advanced. You know, the Vengeance is less advanced because it's huge. Because you should be able to build things smaller. If in the future, with hyper advanced materials, you have to build that big, either it's really dumbed down, really armoured, or bad design. Or, I guess, cheaper, but money's not in the future. So this, I mean, it's like, big must be for a reason, although I don't know. I mean, although, interestingly, I guess they haven't got replicators. We're assuming TOS hasn't, not replicators as synthesizers. You could say that the inner rings are all food production to allow the ship to be completely self-sustainable. And so rather than having internal hydroponics, you build a sun device instead.
That seems much easier.
Well, you found it lying around when he took over races. But Stuart, there's a little thing that I discovered in this episode which is really interesting. And it was thrown in there. But it shows some more thought, at least. The next picture, we can see a diagram. But on the right, we can actually see a top and a side view. What do you think now? Because actually some lit diagram to show what it should look like.
The top and side views look interesting.
Yeah.
And again, it does say Romulan design to me.
Yes.
Even the original Romulan War version of the ships that were big and bulky before Enterprise went and screwed that up as well. So it does have a Romulan-esque kind of feel to it. But then when you see it in space with that sun there, it's just like, please don't. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I just don't like it. But this is kind of like full orthos here, so I really appreciate that they added that and that you screen cap that, because that's awesome.
It's one of those weird things that we would have wanted this to be different. I mean, we wanted to feel and be a Trek ship. You know what would have been kind of cool if weirdly alternate but parallel, wouldn't it have been, again, if this is a Prime team doing it rather than this new team that doesn't really link to Prime, whatever. 100 years from TOS is what? Enterprise C era? Bit further?
Well, no, because between TOS, Well, the
No, I'm
movies,
skipping a full 100 though.
between the movies and TNG is 80 years.
So actually, it's TNG.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if it was the Enterprise D, but a bit different? You know, like big oval saucer, very longer nacelles, like the Enterprise D, but a mirror, like an alternate mirror, because they paralleled. They took the same designs, and even with the parallel universe, they evolved in a similar line. How amazing would that have been? Flying, it's like it's a vaguely Enterprise D. Wow, that's really cool.
Well, this does have the Romulan to Deridex vibe.
It does.
Maybe
But
they
I'm
got
saying,
Romulan
wouldn't that been
schematics.
Wouldn't that have been a cool literal, like, it kind of looks like that. And that's a big ship. You could have made it bigger because I want to make things bigger. That would have been really cool. An excuse to have the same Bassar design, evolve to that. And then they look at that and, I don't know. But in this diagram, you can see something interesting. So the engine modules are actually connected to the front bit. That's all connected. There's a top and bottom connected on two lines. The top bit is the habitable bit it looks like. The bottom bit is not. But it's got side details, which very Romulan-y. It's got a middle bit where the technology is to hold the sun. Actually does go all the way down to the ship. But the top view is very Dominion, I would have said. Like a Dominion battle cruiser. Obviously cut it off halfway.
Yeah, maybe.
And the side view is very ring ship with points. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. It is a weird one. But hey, I don't mind it as much from the top view.
The top view's not too bad, I guess. Maybe we'll see more better shots of it in the next few episodes. I don't know.
Given the entire rest of the show, I mean, if you cut to picture... Well, so cut to picture 1 again. It's being lit from one direction, okay, and then being lit from the inside. If you cut to picture 6.5, it's not being lit from any direction. There's literally no light hitting the ship except its own light. Which is weird. And then you go back to 6, which is, I think, later. It's being hit from the same direction again. They just don't like light. You know? It's weird.
Yeah, I agree about the dark. Just the lighting in this show in general of ships is awful, as we've pointed out many times.
Yeah.
But this next picture is a great shot of the entire ship. And I guess that's the back part of the ship that trails off like that. You get to see a lot more detail here. And this makes the ship look a little bit better for me. But it does look like they used the Deridex model for that front part. The engines, even the like cargo bay like doors at the bottom, kind of like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
it looks like they used the Deridex model and just modified it.
Well, they did mention that they were linking to Balance of Terror.
Wow, no.
Which awful. They haven't ever linked to Balance of Terror. Probably a rewrite there. Yeah, it's weird that. But it's one of those many rewrites. Yeah, I honestly, Stuart, I don't even remember seeing this in the episode. So thanks for adding it to the show.
And when I saw this in the show, I'm like, I thought that was the front of the ship, the pointy parts, and that the sun was at the back. That would make more sense to me. But with the way that they approached the ship and the ISS symbol at the
the way they zoom into the palace is
So, but I think this would be better going this way. Again, it doesn't feel very Star Trek.
If there was like a saucer, like a vague saucer at the front, like an ovally shape.
Yeah.
It's like command module and the engines the other way around and lower. It'd be weird as hell, but it'd be like, right, we're a ship going forward with the hyper powerful engine at the back, like a life support zone. And
the other picture we saw of the Discovery Alpha Bizarre collectors that are red, if you look here, you can see that they're actually really long nacelles. And they even have like Discovery detailing. It's red instead of blue along the line.
Like the Shinjo, in fact. That was red, this is more orange. But yeah, very Discovery, obviously they're linking to that. Very Discovery-esque, but really dark, really spec armor. A lot of blue highlighting on the back part, which is interesting. Again, that kind of mimics the Discovery's vents at the front. Yellow impulse engines, I guess, but I guess they go forwards. It's an interesting spine. It's very much like the Saros ship, isn't it? The way it trails off at the back with the
kinda, yeah,
and the little prongs at the top, and then
And the top part with the palaces, the kind of part we first zoom in on, is very reminiscent of Harry Mudd's father-in-law's ship.
Yeah.
It kind of looked very similar.
Yep.
That top part, like a cruise ship. Almost.
Like the same designer might have designed both. We know John didn't do either, so possibly the same designer.
Yeah.
Gonna go out on a limb there. Wasn't that also a ring ship? Was that
no, it wasn't.
No, but it had something weird about it.
It looked like a luxury liner. It had a big bottom to it, and and the top was very much like towers and stuff.
It's a really weird design because you're standing and since in the episode the Emperor opens up a panel and looks direct, and it's not a view screen, it's a panel, looks at the sun, so her quarters are directly underneath. Not the safest place, but whatever. So the energy source is right there, and yet you need pylons to connect at the bottom to the back part to keep the engines away, and then I don't know. It's
ugly.
I am wondering, is there any form follows function rationale behind this design? Like is it just a napkin drawing? Build it. Think about it, never. You know what I mean? Because everything should have a certain logic, and like I said earlier on, I'm sure the sun will play a part, but I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, it could be for plot convenience that they could use this sun, collapse it in on itself to create like a black hole singularity, which helps the spore drive and the Discovery get back to where they belong. Kill the Emperor in the process, or the Empress. I don't know. Just it doesn't fit with the design aesthetic of any Star Trek Federation or Terran ship.
Not even with Discovery, really.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not super impressed.
But the back view is much better.
Yes.
And seeing it more out
it
rather than just seeing close-ups.
It has potential.
Oh, we can fix this really easily.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really easily. Even just by adding a saucer on the front above the ring, like a saucer module of some kind.
Just adding, or on the ring part at the sides where it looks like the Romulan nacelles. Replace those with like TOS style nacelles that are round and have like the inner chiller grills are facing the sun. I don't know. You could do a lot to it to make it very TOS like.
Or even Visual Reboot. It works. Future version of TOS.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. This is 100 years post-Enterprise. 100 years post-Enterprise with TOS tech, sort of. But where are the levels of secrets? They said it's top secret, so what and where? So I guess this is where we see a Connie go, a flagship go with TOS tech plus 100 years in the Mirrorverse. Okay then. Thank goodness we got Enterprise D instead.
Yes. Exactly. So,
okay. It's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that's it. What do you think of this design? Does it justify it in your mind as being part of the Terran Empire?
Well, we'll see. We can't make that judge yet because we haven't seen anything about it. Apart from his name.
The Charon, which, yes.
Tell us anything.
Well, it's named after a moon. One of Jupiter's moons, I believe. But anyway, that's about it, guys. Put your comments down below. What do you think of this ship? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Is it justified? Is it not? What do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let us know. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video around with everybody you think might enjoy it. And don't forget to join our Facebook groups. We have a few Trekyards pages and Fleet Yards. So a lot of great discussions and ship pictures there to talk about as well.
And make sure to like this video if you think this ship is going to get blown up as part of the final plot device. Just thumbs up.
That's right.
And share this with the Facebook group, like I said. Also support us directly on Patreon. That allows us to do more shows like this, analyse Trek of the future, of the present, and probably the past as well at other time. Or a one-time donation at trekyards.com. Every bit helps and helps us produce this show.
That's right. So until next time, guys, we've got something very cool to look at or discuss about Discovery. I'm Captain Foley.
And I am Connor Cookins.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.